Hey everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Tom Hoblin.
And as you can tell, we got race winning shirts on from this past weekend. Denny Hamlin, Connor Zilisch, congratulations on getting the dubs down in St. Louis. And we got quite the weekend over at Bristol. So Tom, how you feeling with the racing over down in St. Louis and Bristol? We got a lot of short track action going on this week.
I thought having this race in the playoffs, it was just exciting enough. I think it fits well in the early playoffs. I think you were at the track, so I want to know if the weather was better because you said you go pretty often, right?
Yeah, I've been to every single Cup Series race that they've held here. And I think the racing is great. The weather, that was the best weather that I've ever had at that track because they'll always hold it in June and it's always just so hot there. There's no
Yeah,
shade whatsoever at that track. But in September, it was perfect. It was like maybe 71 degrees. We still had the sun beating down on us, but it was just perfect. Not too
yeah, but it
hot, not
wasn't
too
it
cold.
wasn't like oppressive heat or anything. Like
No.
you were getting a nice little suntan or whatnot.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah.
you still got all your eyebrows from all that fire they had.
Yeah, right, dude. It's
Oh, very
crazy.
nice, very
Yeah,
nice.
from those stands, man, you can feel that heat. It's
I'm sure you can.
absolutely insane, and
I'm
it's
sure you can.
I love that tradition that they keep at that track. It sucks. First time I
Well,
went there, dude, like first year for some reason they didn't allow you to bring in any food or drinks, and so
oh,
I was stuck in line getting food and drinks when they were doing the pace lap, and I didn't know they were gonna do the little fire thing, so I missed that.
gotcha. Well, we finally saw it on TV this year because Fox wasn't doing their race.
Yeah, right. Thank God for NBC or USA, whoever it was.
For sure,
Um,
for sure.
but yeah, it's always a fun time. Always good to see that track sell out. This one didn't completely sell out. Damn near. The turn 1 and 2 stands were there was
Mhm.
a little spotty, but still good turnout for NASCAR racing in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, it's not the most accessible place. I mean, there's yeah, St. Louis there is the big city, but still, I mean, that place has 57,000 fans as a capacity. So even if it's a little under, it's still having more than your average racetrack these days. So
Yeah, absolutely. So good to
NASCAR's
see.
alive and well in the Midwest.
Gotta
People want to
love
see
it.
it. Mhm.
All right, well let's move over to our diecasts of the week. Tom, what you got for us, buddy?
My last accidental Bubba Wallace buy is the WTT Richard Petty car. So
Hey,
save this one for Gateway. We got them
perfect.
all in. Very nice. It's nice. I think this car, this was one of his schemes that he was running at the Daytona 500, finished second. I think. Was
Mm,
he in the WTT car? Or
no,
was
because
he first
I
car?
actually have that I actually have that die cast of when he finished
Oh,
second.
okay.
Uh
Oh, he's gonna go get it, folks. But I think the colors on this guy, they're really nice. And I've always loved the orange 43 up top.
yeah. Now
Oh,
this
there you
was
go.
yeah, he had the click
Ah,
and
click and
close.
close.
Yeah, that's when
Very nice.
Denny put him in the wall right there.
Oh, that's a cool one.
That's
That's a
when
cool one.
Bubba said he needs more Adderall.
Awesome. So yeah, my last accidental, I bid on three of them and won three of them. I did not expect that to happen.
Hey,
So
adding more to the collection. All right,
what
so
do you
for
got?
my diecast of the week, Bristol night race weekend. So Chris Buescher won it a few years ago when me and my wife were actually on our honeymoon. So I thought, actually, my buddy Patrick got me this for my birthday. I
Very
think this was
nice.
my first Chris Buescher diecast, so happy to add it into the collection.
Excellent. Excellent. That was a great race for him.
Oh yeah,
Good
I think
memories. Bristol always seems to bring out it kind of equals the field a little bit more. I mean, we saw De Benedetto make that run in the 21 car a couple of years ago. Busher, nobody was expecting Busher to be a race winner
hmm
uh, consistently, and he came out and ran really well. So Bristol, you might be able to expect the unexpected.
yeah, for real. Alrighty, well, Tom, I didn't really see any big stories this week kind of come out. Just everything from last week that's going on with 2311 and Front Row Motorsports. They haven't been to
Right.
court since, and
No.
hasn't been
It's just
really any big silly season moves yet.
nothing's breaking out. The Jordan Bianchi was on Door Bumper Clear and all but spoiled that the playoff format's going to change next year, but that's still not confirmed.
Yeah.
All I'm hearing is that they could go to a 3-3-4. And if that starts next year, that would put Talladega in the final round. But 4 races for a final round still
That's
would be better than one Phoenix race. But Talladega, as one of those races, maybe not so good. So maybe
yeah,
334 for 2027, and maybe they'll keep it for 2026. But again, unsubstantiated rumors, so who knows?
yeah. I'll believe it when I see it. They've said
The
so
only
many
other
times they're gonna change up this format, and they haven't done jack.
no, exactly, but they do have like the full committee, and everybody's getting their voices heard and whatnot, and more it's coming out. What's coming out of that committee? So it's not over till it's over. I guess we'll say.
Yeah,
And then the only other news that has more playoff implications is that most of the 5 pit crew was replaced with most of the 77 pit crew. So we'll
interesting.
see. Yeah, Hendrick has control over all those pit crews. We saw it earlier in the year with Justin Haley. Uh, and I forget who they switched with. Maybe it was Bowman. But they flip flopped those pit crews entirely. So
Yeah, I remember
poor,
that.
poor Justin Haley, saying he's on the hottest seat. He had this rock star crew chief coming in. He had one of the fastest pit crews in the series, and then a few weeks in, lose your crew chief, lose your pit crew, and now suddenly he's on the hottest seat in the Cup Series so far. So
Yeah.
it was a tough year, full of promise for Justin Haley, and just did not deliver driving that third Spire car.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like his performance in that Rick Ware car was
Mhm.
just miles ahead of what he's doing with Spire right now.
Yeah, it was. I guess maybe it was like a nothing to lose, and now he's got everything to lose, and maybe he's acting a little timid. But
Yeah,
we can
could
only
be.
speculate.
All right, well, let's get into Gateway from this past weekend. The Xfinity Series kicked us off, and Connor Zilisch led the field to green in the first Xfinity Series race at this track in over 15 years.
It's good to see. Good to see him out there. And Zilich on the pole was not expected, but also was very expected with how he's been running lately. So was as surprised as I was to see him out there. Not surprised at all. If we could even say such a thing.
Yeah. I still think that he has so much more room to improve on these ovals. I
Mhm.
mean, he's already kicking ass on the ovals.
Yeah,
Um, but I still think like he still has a little bit more work to do, and I just love what he's doing out here. And maybe he'll get it again at Bristol this weekend for their opening playoff race.
for sure. And everybody's saying, "Well, you're moving him to Cup too quick. You're moving to Cup too quick." But it's a different car. He's got to learn all this stuff over again. And if he's going to be the next whoever, the next 25-year veteran of the sport, you got to start him now. I mean, Joey Logano has been in the series since he was 18, and 3 championships later, he could still have 10 more years on his career. Uh, so who knows what could happen there? So you got to get him in early because he's not going to learn. I mean, they're asking on Dale Jr. Download, like, what are his expectations for Connor Zilisch in Cup next year? They don't even expect him to break the top 20 in points. So they're saying anything better than that would be an astoundingly good year for him. So get him in as soon as you can. He's obviously proved what he needs to prove in Xfinity, and he's ready to go.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, he won stage one. He was dominating most of this race. His junior motorsports teammate Justin Allgaier won stage two. How about a guy who hasn't really been doing well this year? Finally had his foot through the door. William Sawalich. He was having a phenomenal race.
Yeah, I mean, he was up there and he was consistent for most of this race, and that's something we've been waiting for all year. Uh, that number 18 JGR car, whether it's Cup or Xfinity, you expect to see it up front, and we just haven't this year. And ultimately, too little, too late.
Yep. All right.
Missed out.
Jeb Burton wrecked out in this race, so that gave Shelton
Oof.
Creed a guaranteed playoff spot there.
Mhm.
Another guy who's just having kind of a season from hell, Jeb Burton.
I mean, I think he's doing well for what he's in. The Jordan Anderson cars are not the greatest, but those last couple, you expect to see all the junior motorsports cars that are eligible for the playoffs make it. You expect to see all the JGR cars that are eligible for the playoffs. It leaves what do we got? A couple. I guess you expect to see RCR cars in there as well. Um, so that leaves one or two spots maybe for these guys, these other teams to take a playoff run, and of those one or two, Jeb just didn't have it. But he was getting more out of that car than I think was good. So that's I still think he had a good season.
Yeah.
Just sucks to end. He kind of wasn't in control of it anymore. Hit the wall, crashed out, pushing too hard, trying to get that last spot.
Yeah. I mean, got to do what you got to do and try and get yourself into the playoffs.
For sure, and especially like right after Harrison Burton spins and whatnot, I could have those. That was the battle they were watching all night, and
Hmm.
Harrison Burton kind of prevails out of this one just from surviving.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, and then we had many drivers get collected after Sheldon Creed missed a shift on a
Oof,
restart. Uh,
ugly,
detrimental, but there was quite a few drivers who were already locked into the playoffs that were involved in this, so it was lucky that they already had some wins under their belt.
for sure, for sure. I mean, it looked like that classic Xfinity stack up that we've come to know and love, especially on these narrow racetracks. They wrecked twice or something. They stacked up. They thought they got through, and they wrecked again in the
Yeah,
corner. And my race win pick, who unfortunately was back there, Justin Allgaier, because of a speeding penalty, then gets caught up in the wreck and finishes. I mean, Justin Allgaier gets kind of disappeared. He's he was a lock. I mean, we were picking him every week to win the races early in the season, but since Connor Zilisch has gone on this generational run, Justin Allgaier has kind of faltered, tripped up a little bit.
uh, gone
Do you think
MIA.
do you think that the success that Zilisch is having in the 88 car is affecting his Junior Motorsports teammates, or is there resources missing from other cars that are going to the 88 car? What do you think there?
I don't think so. We know Junior Motorsports is the top tier team. We know that 7 car is one of the fastest cars every year. I don't know. I think maybe Justin Allgaier, he might just be going through a lull right now. We've seen
Right,
top drivers go through that before. The performance is still there in the car. We see that with pretty much all the Junior Motorsports cars. It's just is the talent there is Justin Allgaier in the right mindset? Is he kind of thinking, oh man, this 19-year-old kid, he's outperforming me, and I've been doing this for God knows how many years. What am I doing wrong? I feel like it's got to be kind of getting to his head a little bit. Like we're in the same equipment, he's outrunning me, and this is his first time at all these tracks.
right. But I guess the start of their playoffs, because this is the first week of theirs. Um, the points reset. It's a fresh. You got to look at this as a fresh season, fresh 3 race season. He's 30 points above the cut line with his playoff points. He's safe as long as he has that consistency that we know that Justin Allgaier can have. I mean, he could come out and win this week and be fine. So I think the mental reset is good for him, and these guys know how to execute down the stretch. We've
Yeah,
seen
no,
it before.
no doubt, man. And then, surprise, surprise, Connor Zilisch, he gets it done again. This guy has had one hell of a summer. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the you thought it's. I'm still stuck on the images from Watkins Glen. You thought it all came crashing down,
Yeah,
literally, and he comes back and he barely skips a beat. He's winning races even when he's not in the car. So
yeah, he's winning races
it's
with a
that's
broken
incredible.
collarbone. It's insane because he
Uh,
just had surgery just a few weeks ago, and
yeah,
he
I mean,
it's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen, probably since Kyle Busch won that championship in 2015.
yeah, everybody's making Kyle Busch comparisons to the Xfinity, but they're also pointing out that when Kyle Busch was having runs like this in the Xfinity series, he was already an established Cup winner, running up in the points in Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And Connor Zilisch hasn't really had much oval experience outside of this NASCAR Xfinity Series season. So for him to come out and come to places he's never seen before and win and not back into these wins, like it's incredible. It's incredible. It takes a fair amount of luck to win these races, but you have to execute. You got to put your car up front, and all the cards are falling in the right place for Connor right now.
Yeah, working out pretty damn well for him as he begins his first playoff appearance in NASCAR in general. So excited to see what he can do. I really hope that this kid wins the championship because
Yeah,
nobody else deserves it more than him.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he goes on and loses this championship, it's just yet another nail in the coffin of this format. People
Yeah,
will be so upset. But the Xfinity Championship is not his goal. Let's be honest. He is out there to gain experience so he can go cup racing and be a cup champion. And I think he's got a real, a real good chance of being a cup champion in the next decade.
yeah. I'd put him on being a Cup champion within the next 5 years.
5.
5 years.
That'd be a good, quick turnaround.
Yep,
Dale Earnhardt go rookie of the year, then champion year 2, huh?
could happen. Very well could happen. I believe in this kid.
For sure. I'm excited to watch his rise to the top here.
Yeah, me
It'll be
too.
fun. It will be fun.
All right, well, let's get into the Cup race. A little bit different of a race. This one a little bit more strung out. We saw the leaders go out and they had some big leads. Kind of hard to catch them with that dirty air. Just kind of seemed like how this race kind of plays out every single year.
For sure, but you still got to see him spread out a little bit,
Saw
and
some strategy.
some of the pitch strategy was good. It shook up the field a little bit. 2 tires, people taking gambles on 2 tires and whatnot. So I don't think it was terrible.
No, no,
Uh,
not at all. Just
not
a
it,
little
definitely not
strung
the
out.
worst. Right, for sure, for sure. But we still got to see some good action, some good racing, and some mistakes and whatnot were also made. So good. I think a good showing. I think, like I said, I think this race fits well in the beginning of the playoffs when you need to see some consistency in the tracks and you need to see who's going to rise to the top.
Agree. It's like New Hampshire when it used to be the first race of the playoffs.
For sure, for sure. You don't want chaos. You don't want the beginning of the in-season bracket at Atlanta where all the top contenders who people are actually care to watch and people want to see win are knocked out. You don't want to see that in the playoffs. It breaks the dam of legitimacy. Uh, so you
Yeah.
want to start your playoffs out consistently, and that's also again why I don't have a problem with Talladega being in the round of 8. Yeah, you've got it's a chaotic track, but all of the heavy hitters or all of the people that should be out of the playoffs are already out of the playoffs at that point. So you take what you can. Yeah, a
Yeah.
playoff guy could have his race affected, but at the same time, there's less playoff guys to have their race affected.
Yeah.
So I kind of like Talladega where it is now, and maybe I'm one of the few. And
No, dude, I
I
totally
think
agree with you because I really do think
mhm,
if we have Talladega round of 16 or round of 12 like we have had in the past, we're going to get guys who've kind of snuck their way into the playoffs, snuck their
right,
way into the round of
right.
12, and they can just kind of schmooze their way into the round of 8 with
And suddenly you have
getting
Harrison
good
Burton
finish. Yeah, exactly.
in the round of 8 where he shouldn't belong.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
it
I
didn't
do
happen.
like it in the round of 8. I think it's perfect.
Yeah, and I also like this track has you see who had success here in the summers, and then it turns around and they have success in Phoenix in the finale. So this track is a really good indicator of who's going to be fast when championship day comes. This track, and we're going to New Hampshire later, not as much they line up, but I kind of like how they have these little hints of Phoenix in each round of the playoffs.
Yeah, gets these drivers ready to go on some strangely shaped tracks that are very flat
For
as
sure.
well. Because
Flat, long, wide, sweeping turns.
yeah,
And we expected Penske this specific set of 10 races, we expected Penske to show up and be dominant, and they have missed some stuff here. So
yeah, they've won past 2 years. Joey Logano won the inaugural race. Blaney almost won last year before he ran out of gas, and his
right,
teammate Austin Cindric won. So
Cindric picked it up, yeah,
yeah,
after
so
Bell had issues, and we saw some of those players back up at the front this week.
yeah,
So let's get into it.
so yeah. Now we've had every manufacturer right now. Our first Toyota.
For sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
but
They look fast again.
yeah, definitely. But it all started off with Denny Hamlin on the pole. But Tom, so sorry, man. Kyle Busch once again, dude, spinning early in this race on the
Yeah,
backstretch.
it's been about 3 weeks since we've done that, so we were due for one. Um, I got nothing else to say on that.
Yeah, it has just been a rough year.
It's been a rough
Uh,
2 years.
Another guy who's having a rough start to the playoffs, Josh Berry, spins and
Mm,
destroys his car. The wheel was completely bent on that thing. Man, rough first 2 races of the playoffs. That team, they got to go out and win Bristol this weekend.
He has not completed a stage in the playoffs. I mean, when he won so early and you thought they had that Penske power behind them and they were really clicking and whatnot. And then after the win, just nothing.
Yeah.
Not a top 10. And doesn't even finish a stage in the playoffs. Not a good sign. He hopes ghosts of Matt Benedetto are still in that car somewhere
Yeah,
where he
right.
can have a sensational run at Bristol, but I really don't see it happening.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, Josh Berry is good at these short tracks. He has won at Bristol in the Xfinity Series before. So let's see if he can maybe, him and that 21 team can put it together.
But it's a matter of, I think it's going to be a setup thing, and if they don't nail the qualifying, uh, we
You're in
saw how the
trouble.
setup we saw how the setup affected him at Darlington, and if that car's not set up right, it's going to be problematic. So
Yeah. And we know that clean and dirty air is a huge, huge factor here at Bristol.
for sure.
It's so hard to pass at these short tracks since we introduced the next gen car. So position is key this weekend. You want to have great pit stops. You want to have a wonderful, wonderful qualifying. Um,
Oh yeah.
just all comes down to position. So Josh Berry, this team, they need to get everything together Friday night or whatever they're going to be qualifying.
On on the bright side for Josh Berry, I don't think his situation has changed once in this playoff. He was must win one of these 3 races to advance. Uh, that doesn't change. He's
Yeah,
still going to go out and win the race. Just I don't see it being likely whatsoever.
no, totally agreed. All right, so one, he's having a great start to the playoffs. A little controversy. Kyle Larson spun Ryan Blaney.
Oof,
Kyle Larson just kind of dug in a little too deep there. We saw them after the race. Blaney looked a little pissed off. No fists were thrown. They were just kind of having a conversation there. And Young Money, whenever it's just kind of hard for him to pass people cleanly nowadays.
for sure. I mean, what have we said on this show in the past? Checkers or wreckers
Yeah,
is the 5 car and whatnot. And sometimes he pushed a little too hard to use his dirt track analogies. As he's a dirt racer, he jumps the cushion every once in a while, gets in trouble. Pushing, just trying to get that much more, and it's what makes him a great driver. But it's what makes him fallible. So he pushed it too hard. I'm enjoying the criticism of Ryan Blaney in this situation. They are saying he's got no bite. Yeah, people use him up because he keeps getting used up. He's not going to turn around and give it back to anybody. So I'd like to see Blaney respond to this. Like, sure, yeah, he agrees it was a mistake, but that doesn't mean Blaney should be okay with it. And it seemed like Blaney was kind of okay with that explanation.
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with like I love Blaney, but man, he needs to be more assertive. He needs to show these guys like, hey, that is not okay to do because man, when Blaney is on the radio and something pisses him off, he really lets his crew know. It's like night and day with him
Yeah,
outside the car and inside the car. And then when he's outside the car talking to the driver that did something to him, he's like, "Oh yeah, man, that's
like, yeah,
cool. Yeah."
yeah, I get it.
I don't
I
get
get
it,
it.
man.
No, no. I mean, he is a champion.
Yeah.
He is a champion. He knows what it takes to win, and letting these guys run all over him is not showing that he wants to be a multi-time champion right now. He's got to assert himself way more, like you
Yeah,
said.
no doubt. Bubba Wallace, amazing race for him and this 23 team. He ended up winning stage 2. So phenomenal start to the playoffs for him as well, getting that wonderful playoff point that will help him get into the next round.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking pretty good. He's fourth in the standings. He's plus 50.
Yeah,
Uh, he's just got to have a no nonsense day. And even then, we've seen this race get kind of wild. If he does get into trouble, they'll fix the car, they'll get it back out on the racetrack. And I think he's mostly safe,
yeah.
mostly safe with 50 points.
I think
You
yeah,
can
he's
what
got a
get
good bubble.
60, you can get 66 in a weekend total. Uh, the Cindric's not going to go out there and get 66. Like the guys that are going to go get 66 points are also safe. So I think Bubba's pretty damn safe.
Yeah, I'd say so. All right, and then Denny Hamlin. wins once again this year. This guy has been on a roll. This has been the third time that I've seen him win this year, which is insane. It's kind of like me seeing Kyle Busch win 3 times a few years ago when he started with RCR.
You got to reach out to him and be like, "Hey, man, get me to Phoenix."
Yeah, right. I can help you win a
Yeah,
championship,
I've
dude.
seen you win 3 times this season.
Yeah.
Get me to Phoenix. Um, so yeah, I mean, what 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 we haven't we said about Denny Hamlin too? He seems to be ungenerationable. He's in his third generation of cars,
Yeah.
fourth, Gen 4, Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 7.
Yeah, it would be
He's
the
had
fourth.
he's had success in all of them, and that's not something we can say for all these drivers. I mean, obviously, there's some drivers out there that haven't done the Gen 7, but like you look at Kyle Busch, uh, Jimmy Johnson, unstoppable in those Gen 5, Gen 6 eras. They get Jimmy Johnson less so because he just has less experience in the Gen 7 car, but they get in these Gen 7 cars and they're just struggling to make anything happen. Oh my goodness. I have a cat in my feet and I have a second cat.
Oh.
These freaking cats, man. Um, but like these guys get in here and they just don't drive the same way. But Denny is a student of the game. He goes out there, he studies, he wants to do well. He's so driven, he's so focused on what he needs to do to have success, and he's making it happen. It's really impressive to watch. It's almost that he's getting better.
Yeah, he's aging like fine wine.
Hmm.
He's been phenomenal this year, the past few years. Just got to get it together come Phoenix, Denny, because this looks like it really is going to be his year. But it all
I mean,
comes
and he's
down.
saying he's got 2 years left after this. So he's got 80 races to go in his career. He's at 59 wins, 0 championships. What I mean, where is the ceiling for Denny Hamlin? Does he get to 65 wins and 1 championship? Does he get to 70 wins?
No,
Who knows?
who knows? All right. Well, we are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we will be making our picks for Bristol. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stock Car Spectacle. Let's make our picks for Bristol this weekend. Now tonight we have the Truck Series race. It is the Uno 250. It is 250 laps, 133 miles. Truck Series returning once again on a Thursday night. Tom, it's going to be one hell of a race. Who do you have winning tonight?
It's going to be action packed. You got to go with the hot hand when you're given the first pick. Corey Heim,
Not
run away
bad.
with it. Why not? Why not?
All right, I'm gonna have to go with that 19 truck of Daniel Hemrick. We saw him win at
Mm,
Martinsville earlier this year, fresh off of a second place finish a few weeks ago. He's got momentum on his side, starting in these playoffs. So no doubt Daniel Hemrick can go out and win at Bristol tonight.
for sure, for sure.
All right, and Nick will be taking Lane Riggs, another fantastic pick
Mhm.
uh, to take you to victory lane at Bristol. This guy, he knows short tracks. He's just so good here at Bristol.
I'll be watching for the 38 as well. He's kind of put himself in a hole after Darlington hitting the wall. He's 2 points below, but Chandler Smith has had really good success here. Uh, we also see this track, like we said earlier, great equalizer. Something like I think Caden Honeycutt could look really good here in that 52 Stuart Friesen truck. And Ty Majeski, we left
Yeah,
Truck Series short track king on the table here. Ty Majeski. So those are the 3 trucks, other than our picks, that I would look out for.
yeah, no doubt. All right, well, let's move over to Xfinity for tomorrow night. We got the Food City 300. That'll be 300 laps on 159.9 miles, right there under
Mm,
160. Brendan Queen will be running this one in the 11 car for Colleague Racing, so that'll be exciting for him. Corey Day will be back in that 17. Eric Almirola in the 19. We got Jeffrey Earnhardt. He'll be running with Sam
mm,
Hunt Racing this weekend. Always cool to see an Earnhardt back on the track. So, Tom, we have quite the field coming in
for
to
sure.
Bristol for Friday night. So, how about we go to your pick? Who you got for Xfinity?
For sure. I mean, I love a full seating bowl at Bristol. Get 39 cars filled up to the brim. Let them all run. See what happens. It's chaos. I got to do it. I suck at making Xfinity picks this year. I'm like 100 points, 150 points behind or something. You guys in our scoring sheet here, but if he's won 8 out of 9, give me Connor Zilisch. Why not? Why can't he do it again?
Yeah.
Prove
Uh,
and unfortunately for Connor Zilisch, I'm probably going to put him in the wall in stage 2. So just from me picking him. So
oh
sorry about that,
man.
Connor. I can't pick an Xfinity race to save my life, even if I make really good decisions.
Well, I'm gonna have to go with the guy who will be running second best. The guy who is also giving us a lot of points, except for you this year. Sorry to say, buddy. But that seven car, Justin Allgaier. I mean,
Mhm.
he's so good at Bristol. He's won here quite a few times. How can you not go with this guy when you cannot pick Connor Zilisch?
I guess I think Connor Zilisch may not even be the smartest pick. Has he
Yeah,
been here to Bristol before? I don't remember. Did they race
maybe.
here earlier in the year?
I,
Xfinity raced here earlier in the
I
year,
think
didn't
so.
they? Who knows? I don't know. It's not important.
Yeah,
Um,
but it's kind of it doesn't matter if
yeah.
he's been here or if he's not been here. He's gonna go out there and freaking dominate this thing.
Well, and even if he
Unless he
has
gets
been
picked
here
by
before,
Tom.
he's changed. He's changed so much as a driver since the last time he was here. So I'll expect him to be fast until he isn't.
Yeah. All right, and Nick will be going with Eric Almirola. Once again, another great pick. I
Safe,
mean,
good pick.
yeah, guy,
Best of the
retired
best of
Cup
the
Series
JGR
driver.
cars this year.
Yeah, no
Hmm.
doubt. Just gotta watch out for Austin Hill, I guess, if you're Eric Almirola.
Yeah. Oh, Austin Hill again. The first race of the playoffs. Remember, Austin Hill's suspension lost him all his playoff points. So Austin Hill is going to be racing the cut line every single playoff race
Yep.
until championship if he makes it. So he's last -5 on the cut line right now. Be interesting to see where he balances out. I think he can make up points on Nick Sanchez, Brandon Jones, Harrison Burton, Carson Quaffle, even too. So I think he'll get out of this first round, but his job is not easy.
Yeah, well, he's gotta race smart. That's what he's got to
Hmm.
do. Gotta not let his emotions get ahead of him like it has all season long.
Yeah, he's got to race smart. He's got to not get too emotional. The two things Austin Hill is not known for.
Yeah. Oh boy, man, it's gonna be a chaotic weekend at Bristol, I guess.
He's got to change everything about himself. Other than that, he'll be fine.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move over to the Bass Pro Shops night race. It will be 500 laps, 266 miles. It is going to be one hell of a race here. I always love
Wait.
Bristol. No matter if the racing is strung out or it's as close as it can be, I just love Saturday night racing. That's what we need more of in this sport.
Oh yeah, and like even when they get strung out, there's only so far you can get strung out on a half-mile blender. So there's going to be 36 cars out there. They're gonna find each other. They're gonna find a way to run into each other, and the playoffs give you that added desperation.
Yeah.
Uh, Plus, it's a cutoff race, so we'll see some desperate guys trying to make some desperate moves to make things happen.
Oh yeah. Uh, I said it earlier. Austin Hill, man, he's entered in for this Cup race. He'll be in that 33. So watch out for Austin Hill this weekend. And then
Well, yeah,
yeah, and
that
then
33 car is usually a moving chicane
yeah, most
at
of the
certain
time,
things, and in 6, 10 laps down all the time. Who knows where that thing will end up?
right?
So that'll create some drama for us.
And then Corey Heim will be in the 67 for 2311 Racing. So they got a full stable over there from Michael Jordan's team. Let's
I
go
saw
over.
a concept of Corey Haim's car. It's like the opposite color scheme of Bubba Wallace's car. So hopefully spotters don't get lost out there.
Yeah, it's nice that they do that at least, so they're not running the same colors and paint scheme and confusing the
Yeah.
spotters. All right, well, let's make our picks for the Cup Series. Nick will be going first, and he's going to be going with James Denny Hamlin, fresh off that win at Gateway. Just
How
smart
can you not?
because Denny Hamlin is another guy who's just phenomenal at Bristol.
Hmm.
He count all of his wins on probably both hands.
For sure, for sure. I mean, he's he's going to be out there in the front. and you know he's going to be competitive at these races.
All right. Well, Tom, who is your pick for the Cup Series
Yeah,
race?
I'm always picking early because I suck at this. Uh, but I think if there's one person that's better at Bristol on paper than anybody else, it's Kyle Larson, and I think he makes his triumphant return. He doesn't really have to worry about falling out of the playoff contention tonight. He can go out there. They can do what they do. They can focus on the win, and I think Kyle Larson can weave his way through the traffic, weave his way through the problems, and get it done, and kind of return to glory that we've been missing all summer. Well, maybe we haven't been missing, but he's been missing all summer.
Yeah, totally agree. I'm gonna have to go with the 23 car of Bubba Wallace. He has been on a hot streak as of late. He's in the playoffs. Won a stage last week, and he rode pretty damn well at Bristol Motor Speedway. I think that hot run is going to continue. I think he's going to have a great practice and qualifying like he always does, and going to end up front, and he's going to have that sweet, sweet position up front, and hopefully just coast to victory lane.
Yeah, I mean it's a great pick too, for sure.
All right, Tom. Well, we are almost through this round of the
Hmm.
NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. It's been a little chaotic to say the least. We've seen some guys that we thought were going to be eliminated early, and we're looking at some guys who we did not think. So it's going to be
Yeah,
insane.
we both. I know when we filled out our playoff brackets, we both thought that Shane Van Gisbergen was going to have enough to get through this first round unscathed. That hasn't been the case. What do you think is Shane Van Gisbergen's way above the cut line here?
I think you just got to stay clean at Bristol this weekend. Honestly, I think that's key. Gotta stay consistent and clean because it's Bristol. A lot of things can happen. A lot of these guys that are near the line can run into trouble, like Joey Logano, Ross Chastain for sure. I mean, we
Yeah,
know he is not the safest driver in the world. Austin Cindric too. So he
I mean,
has a shot.
2 years ago, Joey Logano was knocked out of the playoffs at Bristol. Just got caught up in somebody else's mess. So again, this is just going to highlight how important the track position is all night. Because if you get caught up in the mess, stuff could run into you that you don't even see coming. So I think, unfortunately for Shane Van Gisbergen and Ross Chastain and Trackhouse, I mean Ross Chastain plus 19, Shane Van Gisbergen minus 15. I think if Shane lifts up out of the cut line, I don't think the one gets in. Like one of those guys is going to make it. I don't think two Trackhouse cars come out of this round.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Mhm.
Just
And then
because,
I think I'm thinking Austin Dillon and Austin Cindric. The Austins are going to be interesting to watch. Right at the bottom of that cut line, Austin Dillon can be sneaky fast here. Austin Cindric, I haven't seen the performance from him, and I don't know if they can survive.
yeah, hasn't really showed much this year. But yeah, I gotta agree with you. I can see the Austins getting eliminated.
Uh,
Bowman really hasn't
Bowman,
shown anything.
he hasn't, but the analytics that I was seeing today, he's qualified really well here. Uh, he's like top three in the past few years at the Bristol Night Race. And if he can get up there, get stage points early, his stage three could look very different. And maybe even if he's up there, he has the confidence they adjust on the car the right way. He could be trying for the win. Uh, so watch Alex Bowman. I don't know if that car and that team has that this year. They haven't shown me that consistency. But I don't. 35 points is doable, especially with the chaos and with 16 drivers in the playoffs. Trouble's going to find something.
Yep, that is for damn sure, especially at the short track of Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yeah, yeah.
So, guys, thanks for tuning in to the Stock Car Spectacle. Make sure to like our video and comment down below who you think is going to win this weekend and who you think will not be making the round of 12 for the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. So that will do it for us here. I'm Ian Jordan.
I'm Tom Hoblet.
And time, enjoy Bristol.